the fuck up.
Psychotic and iconic. Psychotic and iconic.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 79 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Theories, Philly Phil, and Mikey P. We want to thank everybody that's tuned into the live stream tonight. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and do that. Mikey P, start us off.
First things first, fellas, okay? We are live tonight on TikTok. For the first time, we're welcoming a new audience. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We are welcoming a new audience, okay? So you never know who's going to pop up, talk their shit. You don't know.
Might be me.
All right? Could be 5, could be 10, 100, 1,000. Who the hell knows?
Also, let
All
the
right?
TikTok audience know that we can't see their comments right now. So, I
Yep.
mean, eventually we will. I mean, tell them about the RTMP and all that
Yep.
crap.
So for the TikTok audience, since we do not have a stream key yet, which we're hoping to unlock very soon, you will only hear our audio for this show. You will not hear our normal sound effects. We usually have songs playing. We got one playing right now. You can't hear it. But you will hear our audio. We will not be able to chat with you, but look forward to all this stuff soon, okay? That's the whole point. We keep going live. We're going to get the stream key. And then you got P and I in full effect, which is a dangerous thing. So,
It's a beautiful thing.
It's the next big thing.
pause.
You heard us.
But otherwise, we're going to get right into it, guys. Packed show. Pause
I'll pack
again. Yep. I was waiting for you.
Pause.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. P&I episode 79 is brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New players who sign up today using the promo code ICONIC will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. That's a fucking hell of a deal, guys. Hell of a deal. All right, that's Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, we are live right now at the Props Network at propshq.com. Be sure to go over there and subscribe. Otherwise, this is for the TikTok audience again. We're always live on YouTube for each show. We're live on Facebook for each show. We're live on Twitter for each show. Shit, you know what? And all that other shit.
And all that other shit.
Yeah. I should have just let Nick do it.
Facts.
All right, everybody. Here we go. NBA playoffs. But first, I got one thing. Who's winning tonight's game? You got Bucks and you got Celtics live right now. We'll talk about the Grizzlies-Warriors game a little later. Still got some time. So who's winning Bucks-Celtics tonight? And I'll start off, actually.
Go ahead.
I got the Bucks.
So do I.
Because, listen, if I think the Celtics are going to win another game this series, it's going to be when they're back at home. That's how I see it. I think the Bucks win tonight at their own place.
Me too. I just think that Giannis he's due for one of them games.
No Robert Williams for the Celtics. All right. Nick Theories, what are you thinking?
I got the Celtics.
Oh.
I got this being a 7-game series, and I think the Celtics are going to edge them out. I predicted that last week.
You did.
I'm still sticking with my pick. Look, I think the Celtics are going to. I mean, look, they have to win tonight. If they go down 3-1, they're done. But I think they're winning tonight.
That's fair.
I do. And
They
I
are
think
done if they go down.
And I think they're going to go back to Boston. I think they're going to win again. Then they're going to go to Milwaukee, lose, and then Game 7 is going to be in Boston. And they're going to take it.
Wow. That's utter chaos.
Yeah, that's what I love. I love chaos.
I hope it happens.
Yeah, it's entertainment. You want chaos.
I mean,
love
I'd love
chaos.
to see
Giannis
7
loves
games.
chaos.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. You are who you are.
There's a title right there. Go ahead, write that down. All right. Philly Phil, NBA time. You know what to do. Actually, Philly Phil, can I ask you a little request?
Sure. That is.
Play that fucking song. Here come the Sixers.
It's just so regular.
Turn that shit up. Let them know who we really are.
Like I said, 6.
Giving 7, going 6.
Going 6. I told you, we're going to fuck them up tomorrow night. And then Thursday night, we're going to fuck them up again. And it's Sixers and 6.
Guys, Joel Embiid, the phantom of the process, returns Friday night. Sixers win 2 in a row. 2 in a row, convincingly. 2 in a row, okay? Embiid got snubbed for MVP. It's not official, okay? It's not official, but Woj said it, so it's official,
Yeah.
all right? Embiid's getting snubbed for MVP. Look the fuck out, Miami. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, he's got a 50 on him tomorrow night.
50 burger for sure. Jokic winning 2 in a row, that would mean. Putting him among the greatest of all time.
He has
Right?
more MVPs than Kobe Bryant and Kevin Durant.
So is he on it? He's literally, by their judgment, he is on an arc to become the greatest center of all time.
Yeah,
Basically, is what they're trying to tell you.
And here at P&I, we call that Supreme Cat.
Yeah.
You know what sucks about the MVP award for him though is that a lot of slander is on his name. And he's actually a really good player, man. Like he's a great player.
He is.
Like you're not in that conversation if you're a scrub.
No, not
Like-
at all. He's not a scrub. The problem is it just became an analytical vote.
I know, but
Think
I feel
about
like
that, though,
moving
Nick.
forward in his career, I feel like people are still going to have that like resentment towards him because of the MVP stuff. That's not his fault. He balled out, and what do you want me to do?
That's a good point.
He
This
didn't
is what
vote.
they chose,
I'll
though,
buy
Nick.
that.
Yeah,
I'll buy that.
So
They
it's not
chose
fair
this.
for him. That's what I hate about it.
Yeah, no,
For
I'll
him.
buy that. I actually,
because like he should actually like accept the award and be proud of it. Now people are gonna be crushing him for, you know what I mean, and then like as his career goes on, people are going to have that same resentment towards him because of that.
I'll buy
Weirdly
that.
enough.
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's weird like to say it like that, but like that's how I would think.
They get what they asked for, really.
Theories,
right?
baby.
yeah.
It's a strong one, too. Honestly, this is ridiculous. I mean, like Mike just said, Kobe Bryant. I mean, Shaq. Shaq is obviously a better center. It's not even a question. Arguably the most dominant player of all time in his
Joel
in his peak.
Embiid is a better center.
Joel Embiid's a better center. Jokic winning 2 in a row is more significant than anyone's making out to be right now. I mean,
Yeah.
even so, Giannis 2-time guy now, right? So he's a 2-time guy. Are they even in the same stratosphere?
No,
Because
he was a 6 seed
I haven't even seen. I mean, right now I see Jokic sitting on a couch.
for the second year in a row after losing in 5. It's just. But keep your VORP, keep your fucking analytics page and all that stupid shit of why he was the MVP, and I'll look at.
They
my
decided, analytics said he's good at defense, but if you actually fucking watch,
He was
it
off
says
the
a different
court in crunch
story.
time.
Exactly right, and that's what got him the award.
Who votes?
The media.
The who?
The media. Why? I don't know.
Hold on. Did you see what Steven Jackson said on his Instagram? I love that. He said, you know how you fix it? Let the 75, whoever was voted in the 75 greatest players in the NBA,
Give
let
them a vote too.
That's
Give
a
them
great
the
idea.
There you go.
It's a great
If
idea.
how
not,
you
you
stop
got to
it.
let more of these players get into the media. So Kendrick Perkins got a vote, right?
Yep.
And he voted Embiid, right?
Nick Wright should have a vote because he really is really smart with basketball. He knows his shit.
But how can these voters, the media, look at the entire body of work and not choose Embiid?
That's why people.
That's what doesn't make
out.
any sense. Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense because the media is the one who's writing the articles about certain players.
So the issue is, though, is when you get into analytics, Jokic is like one of the most amazing players in the NBA. Like the value.
He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, basically, it's unbelievable.
Extreme
His-
sarcasm.
Yeah,
there.
his
Okay.
analytics chart is unbelievable.
He did carry Denver without his stars, though. I mean,
He
you
did,
got to
yeah.
give him credit
Embiid
for
did that too, though.
No, and I'm with you, but like I think they kind of counterbalanced that with Embiid.
Yeah,
I think that was kind of
He
part
got
of
what?
it.
15 games of James Harden. 20.
Yeah, like,
That's why. And everyone, the same people conveniently
are saying
dismissing James Harden, saying he's washed.
Thank
that
you, 'cause I
same
was just gonna
crowd
say that.
saying
Love
he's
it.
washed is saying, oh, well, he had James Harden, so he shouldn't win MVP.
love it, Mike. That's a great point.
So you know what? You know what I gotta say to this, fellas? Hear this song. It's optimistic. It's positive. Let's stop dwelling on this fucking stupid ass shit.
we could end it on one thing: Finals MVP will be fine.
Exactly, and Jokic is gonna have to watch them from home. So I mean, enough of this. This song is positive. The Sixers are in this fucking thing.
Let me
it's
ask you guys a
2-2.
question. Who would you guys rather play in the next round? Celtics or Bucks?
Celtics. Who would I rather play? Celtics.
Celtics,
Why?
because they don't have Giannis.
Yeah, but you have Embiid. You can.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can counter
The
that.
Bucks are probably the one team that would give us fits
I
for that
think the
reason.
Celtics would scare me
Wait,
because
with or
I feel
without
like the
Chris
Celtics
Middleton?
had the Sixers number. Like I feel like they haunt us in the playoffs.
They did when we had Ben Simmons.
I know, but like that's still mystique factor still kind of lingers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how I think.
To me, it's the best player in the series, and we wouldn't have it against the Bucks. We would have it with the Celtics. We would have the best two players in that series. That's debatable, but still, we would definitely have the best player in the series. And stars win, and we'll get to that as we get deeper into these conversations.
Yeah, so let's break this down a little bit further, okay? Because remember, these same media figures we're talking about right now, not one of them selected the Sixers to win this series. Not one of them. Zero. Right? It was literally like
think it was a
19,
clean sweep.
20
To
for
zero.
ESPN to 0.
Fade the fucking.
Okay? The Sixers are tied 2-2, winning convincingly two straight games. James Harden, okay? Did you guys see that? James Harden looked like his MVP self
He sat
last
up.
night.
He woke.
He woke. Well, I mean, look, it's plain and simple. Let's break this down for everybody. Embiid's impact is by far the greatest in the entire league.
That's
This is why he's
MVP.
MVP. This is
Yeah.
why he's MVP. Look at the difference. The spacing, the defense. I mean, Bam Adebayo's a ghost now.
Yeah, he's talking
Quite
all
literally
that,
a ghost.
He's talking all that shit when he's playing, 80-year-old Jordan. DeAndre Jordan and Paul Reed. But as soon as Embiid gets in there, he's real quiet. Real
I
quiet.
had
He's in fucking foul trouble. He's sitting. He's starting quarters on the bench. It's regular
Listen
shit.
to this. Bam Adebayo field goal percentage while being guarded by DeAndre Jordan. Games 1 and 2. You ready for this?
100.
Take a guess. Actually, you're close.
Yeah, it's like 98.
It's 90%. Like he literally missed one shot. That's like 9. That's 9 of 10 right there. Okay, I don't know the actual number, but still, it's like he missed one shot the entire time. Embiid. Now this is just game 3, but I mean it. Take it for what it is. Adebayo shot 22% in Joel's first game back. 22. Sixers win the paint battle. Sixers win the field goal percentage battle. Sixers shooting better from beyond the arc. That battle. Remember all these things we were talking about?
Danny
And we said
Green.
as soon as Embiid comes back, it all changes.
Danny Green light. He's got the green light. He can't miss because now he has the spacing. It's just different. Like when you shoot like 14 of 45 in the first 2 games or 14 of 65, whatever it was, and the next 2 games, you shoot 60% from 3. It's a lot different. A lot different. And it just goes to show you Embiid's impact. Because you have to have, and here's the thing, when they try and go small ball, you saw what he did to Victor Oladipo yesterday. It's a fucking guard. That's a guard, and he was giving him fits. Which I'm so happy Victor Oladipo came back because now Duncan Robinson isn't playing.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's-
weird,
that's
right?
the
It's a little
weirdest thing ever.
puzzling.
Dude got $90 million and is riding the pine. I mean, good for him. He's still getting his money. So.
yeah, but like as a competitor, you still want to go out there and
Hell yeah, there's no. I'm happy. I don't want them to play him. He can shoot.
Yeah,
He's a
he can
sharpshooter.
shoot. Yeah,
he
he
would.
is.
But keep putting Victor Oladipo in there, please.
he gets in streaks too.
Yeah,
Like,
if they want Jimmy Butler to take 25 shots and hey, he scores 40,
That's fine.
no one else is doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Bam had a better game last night, but granted, look, we're looking at impact here. We're looking at overall impact. And as for the defensive side of the ball, listen to this, guys. This is something that caught me here. I don't think this was talked about enough. I just told you about the three-pointer difference, okay? The Heat shot 7 for 30 from three-point range in Game 3. That's 23%. They were 7 for 35, 20% in Game 4. This is the first time in 5 years that the Heat have shot worse than 25% from three-point range in consecutive games. First time in 5 years.
Wow.
What does it tell you? I mean, enough said, right? And Embiid's impact just from being there. Look at the difference defensively.
And one thing I want to mention
Defensive rating
too, this isn't being talked about.
all the way up.
Doc Rivers is coaching circles around Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, well, you know what happened last time we said that?
I know.
Take it easy over there because last time we said that, Nick Nurse almost turned
Yeah.
the tables on him.
No, but the way he's playing zone and switching them in and out, and it's just he's doing a really good job coaching. He really is, because like he gets shit on a lot for making some really questionable decisions, like all bench lineups and shit like that. But give him his praise when it's due. He's coached really well these playoffs.
Well, they didn't accomplish shit yet. You still got to win the series.
Correct.
Oh, we
Correct.
will.
So-
it's over on Thursday.
So I mean, here's the breakdown. So I mean, I think we need to talk about James Harden for a second, though. I think we need to talk about this
love
because that version that we saw last night took over the game. It wasn't Embiid who took over the game when it mattered. It was James Harden.
That was the best game he's had as a Sixer.
Agreed wholeheartedly.
He was shooting with like
It's his best game of the year. Conviction.
confidence, attacking,
like
just
he wasn't
constantly
hesitant
attacking.
at all. He was ready to go.
He was
in
showing
full
his
go.
emotions, like he's screaming, putting his head up and screaming, motherfucker. Like that's the Harden that I was waiting for the whole
Yeah.
time. Like if that's the game that gets him out of whatever you want to call it, slump, washed, confidence, whatever. Those are turning moments in games, like galvanizing moments in sports that could propel teams. And I just think that's inspiring because we weren't able to do that with Ben Simmons. When you have a player of his caliber that can do that, you have to account for that. Then you have Maxey. Tobias Harris is giving you 18 and 8. And he's your
phenomenal.
fourth option.
I'm glad he got that
And
standing O.
I
by the
also
way.
think too, like a sleeper kind of thought about this is that I think Embiid coming back and his teammates seeing that, like how much he's putting into it, like he's got a fucking
I love it.
an
Hell
orbital
yeah.
face fracture. He's got a torn ligament in his thumb. This guy's beaten up.
He looks
The
beat up.
morale's to the moon.
And guess what?
That's what you're saying.
They are looking at him and like, wow,
Let's go.
That's my guy. I can
That's-
go to war with
that's
him
their
any day of
leader.
the week. You know what I mean? Like
100%
that's the kind
agree,
of
bro.
shit that you need, bro. And I think that actually kind of helped them.
Yeah, that's
And you're starting to see like they're playing with more energy. They're playing so much better, and they know they're better than the Heat.
Yeah.
With Embiid, and now they have like that confidence coming back. It's the Heat earned
The confidence
trouble,
was
bro.
major.
That's not cap. Because that matters, bro. Passion matters, dude. Like the love of your teammates matters in basketball.
it does.
Like it really does. Like look at the teams around the league now. Like the Grizzlies, like they're a team. The Heat, they're a team. I mean, but they're not. They're just not as talented as the Sixers. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But
Exactly
they're still
right.
a good team. That's why they're this far. So I don't know. I think everything happens for a reason. So hopefully it was a good one.
So 31, 9, and 7 for Harden. 60% from the three-point line. Holy fuck. 90% from the free throw line. But the thing here is like he was taking what the defense was giving him. He saw that Embiid was getting doubled and getting shoved a lot at the end.
Pull up.
Okay? So if they gave him space behind the arc, boom. Shoots it up, confidence. And he was hitting it, though. That was the thing. He was making the shots. But then if they sagged off him, you know,
And
if they were looking sluggish, boom, right to the rim. I mean, it was literally this was James Harden prime. That's what it looked like.
You know what's crazy? If the opposing team's player, right, has 40, you would think that you're in trouble, right? That's how you know the Sixers has completely dominated them.
hell yeah, I know.
When somebody can score 40 against you and you can still win comfortably like that,
it was a meaningless
it
force.
just
it's
shows you.
crazy. Yeah.
It just shows you who the better team really is. And honestly, I mean, look, Jimmy Butler's a great player.
How many minutes
But
did
Jimmy
he play
Butler's
last night?
not going to put up these stats every game. They got 2 straight games out of him that were phenomenal.
He played what last night?
He played 42 minutes.
Yeah, he played 42 minutes.
So that's
hard,
almost
bro.
10 more minutes than everybody on his team. And Kyle Lowry, by the way, please, by all means, if they want to keep playing him, he's clearly still hurt. And he's
Dude, what's
washed
up with him?
anyway.
I fucking hate Kyle
And he's
Lowry.
washed anyway.
He's a flopper, dude. He literally does cardio and says, all right, where can I draw a foul? And he just runs into people, gets a foul call, and that's how he got himself hurt last night.
I don't even know if
What
he's going to
happened to
play,
him?
but I hope he does. I
Yeah,
want him to play.
The
Seriously.
problem, bro, because I just like, here's the thing. Kyle Lowry was a good player. He was. Like, I'm not taking anything away
ring?
from him. But I feel like the last 5-ish years or so, Kyle Lowry has just literally got on the court and has looked to get a foul. I just feel like that's it. Every time I see him, he's falling on the ground and flopping and going crazy and just drawing fouls. Like
He
it's not
should
even
wear
playing a
knee
game.
pads and a Kevlar suit.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. He looks like a little penguin sometimes, you know what I mean?
And that's how he
Taking
got hurt. That's how he got
dive
hurt
after
last night.
dive.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't really explain his struggles. He can't score. He can't score at all.
Can't do nothing.
It's
Oh.
weird.
Look what else though. When
good.
When the
It's good,
team
yeah.
is comfortable with Embiid there, just sitting in the paint, like no one wants to attack the rim when he's in the paint.
Oh.
You notice that they all just kick it back out, and then when Embiid's in the paint though, these guys are able to press up on their guys outside the arc too. Tyler Hero, I mean,
Yep.
look at what he's done.
He struggled. He couldn't miss the
struggled.
first 2 games.
Exactly.
And
just,
Mike-
it's all. Go ahead.
What you were saying about Embiid earlier when he's shooting and being aggressive like that, when you have to guard him out at the 3-point line, all that does is clear the lane for Embiid because that's somebody that now has to get out there when he's being aggressive like that. He can't sag.
And they can't do this with any of the guys that the Sixers are rolling out there. I mean, if you don't pay enough attention to Danny Green, he's gonna sink the shot, wide open shot. If you don't pay attention to Tyrese Maxey, he's gonna slash right through you. They can't keep up with the speed. Okay.
He's
and then
amazing, dude.
Tobias Harris, I mean, enough said there. He's been phenomenal, and we already have given him his due. But up to this point, has been the best player of the Sixers playoffs so far. He got a much-deserved standing O, which I kind of referenced a few minutes ago.
Locking people up, hitting clutch shots.
And his defense has been phenomenal too. So like the Sixers, to me, where we're going with this is this, okay? We need to decide how this is going to go because it's going back to Miami in Game 5. And we have to make our predictions again. I mean, look, we reserve the right to change our minds. We've been consistent, though, here. We've been consistent here. We've been saying the Sixers are going to win this series.
I'm very consistent.
Okay? I mean, Pauls was saying Sixers win 4 straight.
The Sixers are winning 4 straight. We're going to bust them open tomorrow night, and then on Thursday night will be the final dagger, and we're going to get some rest.
I got to be honest with you right now, Pauls. The more I was thinking about this, because I was giving the Heat some respect, but the way I'm looking at this now, because like I had Sixers in 6 prior to the series starting. I thought they were going to be able to steal a game in Miami. But I don't think Miami has an answer for them right now. I know Miami's phenomenal at home. They're a phenomenal home team, but I don't think that they did enough. Like they just simply have not figured it out yet. And I mean, like I said, Kyle Lowry might be out. Jimmy Butler's probably a little spent. And he was battling injury before the series started.
Right knee soreness.
So Bam Adebayo's a ghost. I'm thinking right now the Sixers win this next game. And if they win this next game, they're going back to Philly and it's over. It's over. If the Heat don't win this game, it's over in 6.
The people on TikTok couldn't hear you. Let them know what you just said.
Yeah.
Put your own mic.
Whoever wins this game is going to win the series.
Well, Game 5 is pivotal.
Absolutely.
But
Because if the Heat win, they're going to have confidence. Like, okay, we could beat them with Embiid now. Like, let's rock. Let's do what we do. Like, that's a confidence thing. You know what I mean? So if we go down and we win, it's a wrap.
It just kind of feels like if the Sixers go out with the same energy
got
they
the soul
just played
sucked out
with,
of them.
they're the better
Yeah.
team.
They're shook.
being serious.
They're shook.
I know.
They have no answer
They
for
saw
Embiid.
the Phantom of the Process.
They don't have.
They saw
they
that
don't have-
mask.
What he just said.
And they ran
don't
away.
Have an answer for him. And after those 2 games, they were feeling good. All the shit around Embiid was, oh, he's really screwed up. He's really hurt. And I kept saying, there's no way he's missing Game 3. There's
Not a
no way.
chance.
No.
And like, I love the point that Nick brought up. When he gets in that lineup, and Harden and Maxey and Reed and all them people are looking at him, and they're like, yo, this dude's a warrior. Look what he's doing. He's got a mask on. Every time he shoots, he's fucking winging his hand because his thumb's hurting.
He believes, because he believes they can win a championship.
He said that too.
Yeah, and
He
that's
said-
why you play the game.
I'm coming back because I believe that we could still win the championship. this year.
Yeah.
Like if you're in that locker room, how doesn't that pump you up?
The morale's off the
Exactly.
charts right now.
Been tweeting for a long time. It's Sixers and 6.
If your leader believes, you're gonna believe.
I'm going back to my original prediction. I think they're winning this next game.
What you got?
I got Sixers and 6.
Louder.
Let's fucking go!
I'm proud.
Because they don't have an answer for Embiid.
I tried to tell you.
They
bro.
just don't. Because if Jimmy Butler could score 40 and we could still win like that, if they don't have it, they're done.
And he's not going to do it again. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
man.
you're asking Jimmy Butler to do this again. Look, he had 2 phenomenal games in a row. I love the guy. I would have wished that he stayed with us.
I wish he did. I
But
love him.
I'm just saying right
Yeah, me
now,
too.
if you know Jimmy Butler and his history, like he takes a lot of shots and doesn't make a lot of them. Let's just be honest. He takes a ton of shots at a low percentage.
I think he took 27.
Generally
last night.
speaking.
I think he took
He
27.
took 20. He took 20, I think. He went 13 to 20 last night.
13
But
to
still,
20.
like, this guy
That's
takes...
good.
That's
this
very
guy
efficient.
I mean, just generally speaking, though, it's usually like in the 7 for 22, that kind of range. And that's what you normally get from Jimmy Butler. So, like, you just got his very best the very best from their best player, and it meant nothing. It just kept them in the game. The Sixers pulled away, though. I mean, if James Harden's hitting those shots,
It's a wrap.
it's over, and they're going deep in the playoffs.
Me too.
All right, I think we're ready to move on.
Me too.
Phil, give us a little change here. I think we have to go to the most surprising, though. Like, I mean, we know what the Sixers can do when Embiid's in the lineup. And I still think that people were dismissing the Sixers. Even when Embiid returned, they were like,
100%.
oh, heat. Come on, man. I hope they saw the light. But this one right here, this is the one. Suns Mavericks. This is the one, man.
I can't explain.
Okay?
it.
We're going to call this
Before-
the humility segment.
What did you guys say before the series? Because I know I had Suns in 6 before the series. I know what we said after that.
Well,
I know what we said after the first 2 games.
I had the Mavericks losing to the Jazz because I thought
that's
Luka was out.
But when we did it on our show, what did you predict? Like right before the series started?
I think I said Suns in 6 or 7.
Yeah. Nick,
I had Suns in 5. I mean, I gave the Mavericks 1 game just because of Luka.
yeah.
But man,
So-
shit.
so
I
let's-
fucking underestimated him.
Yeah, let's revisit last week's shows.
My
okay.
apologies. With love and care.
All
Theories.
3 of us said it's fucking. That was very heartfelt of you.
Yeah.
All 3 of us basically, I mean, and everybody really, the entire nation said it is over. After 2 games, the Mavs got fucking blown out. They didn't look like they belonged at all. And then here we go. I mean, they win 2 in a row. First one, they win by 9 points. Here, I'm bringing up the stats for you. Jalen Brunson stepped up in that game. 28 for him, 26 from Luka. That's the usual. But everybody was playing pretty well for them.
The real DFS played well.
Yeah, for real.
For real, bro.
Finney Smith,
Yeah.
two games in a row, honestly.
Straight balling, bro.
And he had 24 in the last game. They went by 10 last game. Again, Brunson, Doncic, Finney Smith. And here we are. We got a series.
If Luka
2-2.
gets supporting cast that can consistently get 20 plus, the Mavericks ain't losing, dog.
Scary.
They're not losing. Luka is too damn good.
We say this all the time. Like, I know I say it. Like, normally in basketball, it's all about stars. They have the best player in the series, the Mavericks. The first 2 games, like, I do my best not to emotionally overreact that we always fuck around with and laugh at.
Emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, but the first 2 games,
Tell them what we do usually say. Tell our TikTok audience.
control our emotions. So the thing is, though, is like when it first happened, it looked like the 2 games, they were just overmatched because the Suns are so complete. Jason Kidd is savvy. He has his team doing what they're out Chris Paul. Luka flops a lot, and it's actually really annoying to watch.
He does.
On a real level, it is very annoying to watch because he's like a crybaby. And I love him. It is what it is.
I
But
agree with that.
What Jason Kidd is doing is savvy. He's playing the Suns game. Annoying, poking the bear, throwing elbows like Chris Paul. So, I mean, they've totally neutralized Chris Paul. All of a sudden, he looks washed.
2 games in a row. And he fouls out last game.
Yeah,
he
like,
looks frustrated.
with
He had
5 points.
5 points,
I mean,
exactly.
my man D-Book is playing.
Yeah, D-Book's stepping up, but it's like,
Lights out.
Good thing they had him.
yeah, it's just coaching. Jason Kidd's a hell of a coach. I'm really curious to see what happens in the next 3 years.
Here's what could have happened.
Me too.
Jason Kidd's
I'm
comments.
dead serious.
It's a good series now because you
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah.
Like the Mavericks are like one of those teams that can sneak up on you, and especially against the Suns too, where they've been so dominant all year round.
It came out of
And
nowhere.
now, yeah, the Mavericks they're just that one sneaky team with the
And-
best player.
And what were we saying before this? We were
In the
saying
series.
That reminds me of LeBron in 07 with the Cavs. Luka just carrying an average ass roster that's getting hot, and he's just dominating the game. That's really what they're doing.
I was just going to say, Jason
True.
Kidd, by the way, when he said what he said about the team, we can't win with Luka, just Luka, basically calling out his whole team, that could have either really backfired or you get the result that they just got. And it worked out.
It means that they respect him.
He
Yeah.
pushed the correct button. He knew his team. That's a risky comment to make. That's basically like completely dismissing the entire team
Yeah, and it shows
and
me.
it worked.
It shows me that his voice resonates with that team in that locker room.
They respect him.
They respect him and stuff. So it's like
He said step up, and they stepped up.
I love
basically.
it. Man. This series is really
They didn't
interesting.
back down.
Let's just take a moment and just appreciate Jason Kidd.
I love Jason.
He's a
Kidd,
legend.
man.
He
Love
is.
him. Top 5 point guard.
Certified legend. He don't get talked about.
No, he don't. And he won a
For real.
championship.
For real, he don't get talked about.
I mean, he won it when he was old as hell. He beat
was-
LeBron. Why do you
he
think
was-
LeBron respects him so much?
He was still effective.
yeah, he was.
Hell yeah, he was. It was Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry,
Jason Terry.
Oh man.
the Jet. That was his last good season.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. I miss Jason Terry. I used to love watching all these guys. So really, what we got to get down to here, because I mean, it really, you know what? Give them a round of applause, Phil, because nobody in the country saw this coming. You know, give it to the Mavs. All right,
Pause.
they earned it, but now we have to decide: do they actually really have a chance in this thing? Because you're going back to Phoenix for Game 5. You kind of poke the bear, you know what I mean? Like, it's only human when you are so much better than someone else to kind of, you know, be like, oh, take them lightly the next game. It kind of almost seems that way. The Suns were just like, man, we cruised past them in 2. We took them lightly. So now you kind of poke the bear. They lose 2 in a row, and the Mavs are very much in this thing. So is
Absolutely.
it possible that we see an upset in this thing?
Is it possible? Yes. Will it happen? I'm still saying no. I had the Suns winning it all still. But it is possible. I will say that. Because, like, if they fuck around and win in Phoenix, it might be a wrap in Dallas, bro.
So I'm with you on everything you said, but I actually think the Mavericks win tomorrow.
Wow.
And then I think they drop at home, and then it sets up a Game 7. Because
Wow.
that Game 6 will be a legacy game for Chris Paul if they lose tomorrow night. And I see that coming. I think
But isn't
the
the
Mavericks
series a
got
legacy?
hot.
Wow,
But
I
isn't
did not
but
expect to
isn't
hear
this-
that.
But isn't this a legacy series? I think every series he plays here on out in his career is a legacy series.
Yes, but I feel like if they drop it at home and then you're at Game 6, for them to get after going up 2-0, that's exactly how they went out last year. So if they blow another 2-0 lead after blowing a 2-0 lead in the finals, that type of stuff for a player of Chris Paul's caliber, that's the type of stuff that people like. That's why, like, when you say like he's not a top 5 point guard ever, why? Well, the last 2 playoff series he was in, he was up 2-0 and blew the lead. That just comes with the territory of being great.
To me, guys, I think,
It still matters though.
yeah, it does. It definitely does.
It
matters?
still matters. I know what you're saying. It comes with the territory of being great, of being criticized for moments like that.
Why do you think we get criticized? We're fucking great.
But that still comes with the territory. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it does matter. That still holds a lot of weight in a top 5 debate if you wanted to.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm with you.
That's all.
I got you. Yeah, no.
I think it carries some weight if he were to lose again.
I think this is going 7 though.
Wow.
And I said it was a clean sweep, no question. But after the last 2 games, something clicked in the Mavs locker room.
See-
They are full of confidence right now.
I hope I'm wrong, guys. I hope this is a long series, okay? Because who wouldn't want to see that? Who wouldn't want to see that? But I'm just going to tell you right now, I think the Mavs kind of maxed out. Like, this is the very best they could have done here. I don't see Phoenix losing this next game, and I think they win the next 2. That's how I'm kind of seeing it right now. I hope I'm wrong. I just think that, okay, it's wake up time. We're going back home. We take the series back into our hands, and the better team should win. They should.
Game 7 will be epic.
It would
with
be
these 2
insane,
teams,
and I pray for it. I want to
know.
see it. I do.
I know.
I do. By the way, oh man, that's a crazy note. Thanks,
That is.
thanks, C's. Steve Kerr is
Fuck
not
off, C's.
coaching tonight,
Out
and
with COVID.
is it
that
confirmed it's
Cap?
because of COVID? Here, I'll
said
tell
it's
you.
not- I mean, C's caps, but-
Yep, positive for COVID-19. So Mike Brown, the new Kings head coach,
Fam.
is
Mike
going
Brown,
to be
good
the
coach.
head coach of this game, and we still don't know. Oh man, should we go there now? I think we can go there now.
Yeah, we can switch.
Wait, I didn't hear every.
Yeah, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, I want to hear Nick because I don't think I heard Nick.
How long is Jai out for?
No.
No. I mean, Yeah.
Mavericks, Suns.
Yeah.
What's your series prediction?
Oh, I got the Suns in 6.
You think
Me
they win
too.
the next two?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they do.
I'm sticking with it too, Nick.
All right, I think Mavericks, Suns, and then we will cross that bridge next week when we get
That
to
would
it.
be no. You gotta say as of now.
All right, as
now.
of right now, if I had to say, I would say Mavericks win tomorrow, the Suns win in Dallas, and I would say that the Suns win in 7. Subject to change.
He does
A
not
road-
want to pick the Suns.
I know.
I know him too well. I know it's eating at him right now inside. He was thinking
man.
Mavericks all day, and now he's switched
And then I
it.
put him on the spot.
Yes. Mike, go ahead.
All right, I'm counting. I think the
follow
Mavericks
your
got it.
convictions.
You really do,
See?
huh?
I told you, theories is
Wow.
always right. Theories is
Whoa.
always
I think,
Sound the fucking.
wait a
I
minute.
told
Sound
you.
it.
I know
Oh my
you too
God.
well.
Bro, listen.
I know you too well, bro.
I know. I think they got in their head.
Wow.
I think the Mavericks got in their head.
This is
with
a
the
team
shit.
that's been there, done that, though.
I know. I think with the shit that they're pulling, I think
ass.
Cap ass. Yeah, he was capping.
I was capping.
Cap ass. Yo, that's the title.
Cafe.
I really
We
believe,
got him.
I think they got in the Suns' head.
Thanks,
I swear to
Cheese.
God.
Wow. And I
think
hope
they got
you're
in
right.
their
I would love to see it. Honestly,
I think they got in their head, dude.
I would love to see it.
It would be great.
Why are you gonna do that? Put me on blast like
I
that?
just know you, bro. Because just say what you like.
Have the courage of your conviction.
Yeah. Say what you need to say. That's all. Fuck everybody else's opinions. If you pick the Mavericks, if you believe the Mavericks are gonna win, then go with the Mavericks.
The Mavericks.
Fuck
Fuck
'em.
Yeah, this is
You know what I mean?
this is your professional opinion here.
yeah,
You're
I-
the expert.
Bartle Studios.
These experts don't know shit. You'd be the only one who says that.
I think it's the Mavericks in 7.
Wow. And
I'll give
oh
you
my
something.
God, and then they win 2 more road games.
I know. I don't know why.
Each team is going to win a road game. Yo, if it happens the way you're saying, Mavs, Suns, Mavs,
I think it's
3 straight road wins to close out the series
Cap ass.
would be the craziest finish ever. It would be the craziest thing we've seen. Wow. Digest that for a second, everybody. Oh my God.
That's fun.
I gotta bring myself back down to earth here.
I'm gonna get
Good for
C's
you,
that
man.
one.
I want it to happen, so I hope it happens.
I'm gonna tweet that after the show.
But
I'm gonna
this
get
is a
his
good
ass for that.
segue, though, the Steve Kerr news. So, and it just came out. I was just about to question this. Ja Morant is officially out. Breaking news sounder. Damn it.
corny.
Fuck me.
That's so fucking corny. Pause. That's so corny.
There we go. Let's rewind. Okay, Steve Kerr is out due to COVID. Ja Morant is officially out, and they were being very coy. Their wording and everything. I was questioning if there was a reason for it. Now we know, though, he is officially out due to a knee injury suffered in Game 3. So I think maybe that's the place to start, because now that he's out, oh man, this is about to get dramatic. Okay, Warriors up 2-1. They smoked them last game. It wasn't even close. Okay, they asserted themselves, and now they get Dylan Brooks back. The Grizzlies. They lose Ja. So how are we feeling? Like I don't want to necessarily break down the game yet. Let's first talk about Jordan Poole's attack, let's say, on Ja Morant's knee, because we all remember what happened earlier in the series. Steve Kerr and the Warriors bitching about Gary Payton, right? Why are we not hearing the same level on the other end? When Jordan Poole, I mean, when it's slowed down, that replay looks like he did actually attack the knee. It didn't look that way in fast motion, but it kind of looked like a cheap shot or an attempt at one. So why isn't he suspended? Is it worthy of a suspension? Was it a cheap shot? And I mean, like, let's talk about this. This is kind of a big deal.
So I think it was a cheap shot, to be honest. When I look at it, it just looks like a bitch move, to be honest. I don't think it's suspension worthy, but to me, it's just, this is what happens when you do corny shit. And it started with the suspension and then Steve Kerr crying and crying and crying until he gets it. Like, okay, bro, like, I get it. I feel bad for Gary Payton. He fell awkwardly. It happens. He just didn't land on his back. He landed on his fucking elbow trying to brace his fall.
So why was he suspended?
Because it was egregious. It looked bad.
That looks bad too.
I know it
A
does.
player looking to purposely hurt another player,
Yeah.
looks worse than
Who
Gary
didn't
Payton.
try to do it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
the
at least
guy
Dylan
was
Brooks
jumping.
was going for the fucking
Yeah,
goal.
like
Correct.
Yeah, He brushed his head.
I don't
and
care
it
what they
happened.
say. Jordan Poole was not going for the ball. He did, like his. He
You know
didn't
what
go
you're
in
doing.
like that.
We said it here at
was a
P&I.
short arm.
He just
Does the
took-
knee
he
look
got
like
an
a fucking
accidental swipe
basketball
on
to
him.
you? No,
Yeah.
seriously. Does your knee look like a basketball? I'm serious.
Unless you're on sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does not.
Yeah,
Last time I
exactly.
checked.
To me, the whole series just got corny because Steve Kerr is just a crybaby, and he was whining. Then like now you have this. Then they're talking about breaking the code. It just became like it went from
It's corny
It went
shit.
from a physical series where it was supposed to be all out to just nitpicking at corny stuff. And now like it sucks because Ja's out, and like I know they were 20-5 without him, but like it's the playoffs. This is different now.
You
It's
want to
a
know
lot
why the
different.
Warriors
And
were
we'll
nitpicking?
get there in a second, too.
You want to know why the Warriors were nitpicking? Because they know this team could actually beat them.
I'll buy
Oh
it.
yeah,
I'll buy that.
Absolutely.
When you can be physical with stars like that aren't like used to that kind of activity, look out.
They had to
Cavaliers
They're built for that
reciprocate
shit.
that energy, right?
The
They had to
Cavaliers did it.
reciprocate it.
Bro.
Because
All I'm saying.
the Grizz came in with that energy, you know?
You know who
But
else
then
did
they
that?
started crying about stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They did it in 2016. Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith were being physical as shit with Steph and Clay. You know, then it was, oh my God, Kevin Durant, we need you. Come save us. We can't stop LeBron. That's exactly what happened. They can't take physical play.
I'm extremely disappointed with how this series is turning out. But as far as the actual, so when you just said you don't think it's suspension worthy, I think we need to pause real quick. So do you think it's not suspension worthy just by not accounting for anything else that happened in the series, but just by watching it? Or do you actually mean, like, I want to know everyone's thought, like, should that have been a suspension not counting what happened with Dylan Brooks?
you have to.
So
Because that's the bar.
I legitimately think
Because when you account for Dylan Brooks, I think you have to level it out. If you call that a cheap shot, you have to call this a suspension as well.
I
You have to.
legitimately
agree.
think
But
Jordan
100%.
Poole. I legitimately think Jordan Poole like swiped at his knee.
He did.
I genuinely
Went like this.
believe that. When you watch that replay, there's no way you watch that replay and you say, "Oh yeah, he was going for the ball." There's just no way.
Come on, yeah.
You're lying to yourself.
Absolutely.
100%. 100%.
It's a cop out.
Because there was some talk, guys, also, people saying like Ja might have picked up this injury before that happened, and they were just they were trying to, without sounding like Steve Kerr and company, but bait the league into suspending him, and that's why they were kind of very coy about this. Like they said, the Grizz coach, Taylor Jenkins, right?
Yeah.
I was making sure I didn't mix up the name, but he said like this possible injury. He was like wording it as if he didn't know if it was an injury or not. And I think at this point you would probably know if he was injured or not. So it was really weird, everything leading up to it. But now like we got our confirmation, but still like it was kind of weird. So there were some people out there questioning if Ja got hurt earlier in the game or something, and then they were using this to bait the NBA. I guess we can kind of put that to rest. I mean, unless you believe some conspiracy.
The series was supposed to be a slugfest,
Yeah.
high energy, high powered offensive series with good defense and chippiness. And Gary Payton got hurt and Dylan Brooks got suspended, and it turned into a fucking soap opera. That's all it did. Now Steve Kerr's out with fucking COVID, and John Morant's missing the game 4. Like, I mean, here's the thing too. That's a big loss for the Warriors. That is. Steve Kerr's a good coach.
But so is
that's a
Mike
big loss
Brown,
for them.
though.
Yeah.
He is too. But I mean, I don't know. It's just deflating, everything that happened. So now we have to ask the question that everyone's asking is, can the Grizzlies win without Ja? Because they have to win this game.
They have to win tonight.
So will they win tonight? Can they do it?
Can they do it? Hell no, man.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They were good in the regular season without Ja, though. They were like 20-2 or something without him.
Right.
But I just don't see it happening. The Warriors are just too good. You know, and it sucks, man, because like I feel like a healthy Ja would really tie this series. I really
I
believe
agree
that,
with
man.
you. I kind of felt that way going into it. I felt like they were going to split.
I don't even think tonight is a foregone conclusion that the Warriors win. I actually don't. I think the Grizzlies are going to keep it close.
Yeah.
It's going to be so tough, though. It's going to be so tough. It now looks to me like Golden State in 5 because I just can't see how they lose tonight. All the momentum swung in their favor.
If they win the night, I mean, It's probably over if he can't
It's
come
gotta
back.
be
It is
over.
over if he can't come
You know?
back. But if they lose
3-1.
tonight, it's over.
This is sad, man.
Yeah, it sucks.
And we were everybody was so thrilled about this series from the start.
Oh my God, yeah, dude.
This was my
That's what I
favorite one.
saying. Yeah, this was supposed to be like a big series.
Outside the Sixers, this was my favorite one to watch.
And I mean, the Warriors coming off a 30-point win. They literally shot the lights out. It was 142 points. They shot 63% as a team, 53 from 3. I mean, this is insanity. They don't have to obviously replicate those numbers to win either. Like this is a team that already seized the series. And now, you know, I mean, that's like a throat punch right there for the Grizzlies. It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah,
They
I
took
know.
the wind out of the sails. I think it's over. I think it's over in 5 now.
It sucks, man, because, you know, I was really rooting for Ja. I actually think this Grizzly team could actually fuck around and win it all.
It was trending kind of in a direction where they could have been a
They're
sleeper
a hot team.
team.
Like, they were a hot team, yeah. And
then
they
we
have
were-
a rising superstar who's putting up 40 and he's dominating in the fourth quarter. Like, you got a certified closer.
And then we were talking about how we thought they could challenge the Suns legitimately just due to matchups.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that always worries. Here's what
If
worries
they
me.
even get by.
Here's what
according
worries
to
me
Balls.
about John Morant. Who do I always compare John Morant to? Derrick Rose.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
What
Okay.
derailed Derrick Rose's career? Chronic knee issue,
Yep.
because when you explode to the basket like that and you're a little dude, your body can't take that pounding. You need to get an outside game. The only reason Derrick Rose's career is still afloat is because he shoots from the perimeter now. If John Morant wants to preserve his career and turn into a superstar for the next 10 years, he has to get better away from the basket. His body's going to break down just like Derrick Rose did. It's
Yeah,
exactly
he's got
what
to be
happened.
able to pick his spots a little bit better.
You can't do it.
It's easier said than done for a
I agree
player
with
like that. You know, it sucks. So here we are. We all think that this is over. We all think it's over. I have Warriors in 5 now.
I'm pissed,
Nick,
man, because I
Nick,
had the Grizzlies going to the Western Conference
I thought this
Finals.
was based on the way it looked like it was going 7. It really did.
Sucks, man.
So we got a Warriors across the board here.
Good to see the
And is
fucking
everybody
Warriors
else
again.
saying? Are you guys saying 5 as well, or are you just saying
I'll say 6.
6, just out of respect?
Yeah, I think they find out a way to get 1.
Like, I gotta be honest, man. Like, if it was Suns and the Warriors, like, is that exciting, bro?
What? Oh, hell yeah. Chris Paul and Steph Curry got beef on the court. Not like that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, would you rather see a young superstar in Ja Morant, or would you rather see the same Warriors team you've been seeing the last?
Oh, no.
Oh, I'd rather see the Grizzlies advance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Me
Like,
too, but
I
you
feel
know my
like,
feelings on that for obvious other reasons. Like I don't want the Warriors to win again.
Oh, I know, because of LeBron.
Yeah, I don't want to
Steph
do that
debate,
shit.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I mean,
Yeah,
Steph is
right.
he is generational, and he did change the game of basketball.
Most generational player I've ever
Like,
seen.
it's insane. But yeah, I mean, whatever. Carry on.
Yeah.
All right,
By the
so-
way, hold on.
Go ahead, go
One
ahead,
more
go
point,
ahead.
since we're on basketball still. Did you guys see Rudy Gobert's comments to Shaq?
I'm so happy you
saying
mentioned that.
Sit the
he
fuck
could lock
down!
his ass up.
Did you see what Shaq
to
said?
Shaq?
Did you see what Shaq said
Fam.
back on the podcast?
No, what'd he say back?
Shaq would bully him.
So they said that they
He would
were like,
demolish him.
yeah, I think.
Shaq said that he wouldn't be able to stop him.
So
right?
he was on a podcast, and the guy was like, I think that Rudy Gobert could hold you to 12 points. And he went, yeah, 12 points in the first 3 minutes. And he started laughing.
Yeah.
He goes, I take that
Facts.
personally. If he wanted to try and play me one-on-one, I would bully his ass. I would
Facts.
back his little ass down into
He
the
would
paint.
crush him.
Nothing
Shaq's
but
the most
factuals.
Unstoppable force to ever play
Bro,
basketball.
prime Shaq would have literally mugged him as he's dunking on him.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. I'm dead ass serious.
He would have. He did it to was it Chris Dudley? Who was it dude where he yammed on him and then
And pushed him.
And he got up and threw the ball
Yeah.
at him.
Oh yeah, that was
That's
incredible.
exactly what he would do to him.
Yeah, he put his nuts in his mouth and then shot him down to the ground. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, dunks.
That would be a great clip to show.
It was Chris Dudley.
It was Chris Dudley.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
god,
He got disrespected, you know,
That's
it, bro.
in front of the thousands too.
that's all
didn't have to
disrespect.
go-
Actually,
that.
millions, because now a million people saw that shit.
He didn't have to do that.
Nah, you have to.
Rudy Gobert's a
Playing
clown, man.
It's
He's booed.
He talks a lot for a guy who literally is like the definition of what, slightly above average. He's great on one side of the ball, if that. I mean, he is what he is. He's gonna be gone.
Stinks.
facts.
I'm not building my team around him.
Hell no. Fuck no.
Hell no.
Silly talk, man. It's
Unless
crazy.
I want to be a lottery team.
Yeah.
Let's move on from that bum. All right.
Fuck we talking about.
Yeah.
Now
for
we're
real.
talking. Now we're talking about the series that's going on right now, And here's the update. The Bucks at halftime lead the Celtics 48-47. As promised, it's a good one. But first, we have to discuss the controversy and the wild ending from Game 3. So you guys obviously know the Bucks are up 2-1. They're playing at home right now. And Marcus Smart, guys, gets fouled by Drew Holiday behind the three-point line. And they say it was on the floor. Okay? This is a three-point game. 103 to 100. And because it was on the floor, he only gets 2 shots. So he makes the first, and then obviously he purposely misses the second so that they can attempt to tie the game. But you heard the Celtics say they thought he clearly got fouled behind the three-point line in the act of shooting. And obviously that would change the entire complexion of the game. He gets a chance to tie it and send it to OT or whatever. Okay? So this is what the Celtics said. So what do you guys think? Okay? Do you think the correct call was made here? And then we have to talk about the impact on the actual series, which you're seeing right now. It's a deadlock game here. Anything could happen. But certainly a game like that, a finish like that, a play like that could change the entire series. So do you think it was the correct call?
I do. However, they don't normally call it like that because Marcus Smart grabbed the ball and just tried to go up and throw one up. And normally that gets called a three-point shot. And I hate it because it's a flop. It's just on the offensive player doing it. But that is the right call because he wasn't, it wasn't a set shot. He was going to just throw it up and try to do a swipe to bait him into doing it. So I think it was called the right way. However, it's inconsistent with the way the NBA typically calls that. So I will give Marcus Smart that part of the argument. He was right in what he's arguing, but I still think it was the right call.
Do we honestly think he's making all 3 of those anyway? I don't even think so. Maybe.
Here's a fun fact.
Probably not. I think he would have.
I'm a semi-believer in shit like this, but did you guys know that the line was Milwaukee -2.5?
Oh. Was it really?
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
See?
It comes down to a fucking free throw.
Like shit like that, bro. Like that's why I'm like,
it's theories, baby.
I feel like
that's amazing. That you
Go
just
ahead,
said that, bro.
Nick.
I love
say
that,
it,
dude.
Say it right now.
it's theories, baby.
That I didn't even think of that.
I love that.
That's fucked up.
That's so smart.
That's bad beats to a T.
That's crazy, bro.
You're smart, bro. For real.
Like,
I didn't even think.
think about that
wow.
for a second. Like, a part of me is like, he should have shot 3.
Yeah, and it could have swung it.
Yeah.
That
I
is-
don't know. A part of me believes that. But I mean, look, it's happened before. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen still. Think about that.
Well, I mean,
That's a bad beat
It's
by
weird.
definition.
and
right there.
that's a subjective call, which makes it even worse in that matter because that right there, the ref just controlled the ending of the game.
Yeah.
And they're
Exactly.
humans. They
Damn, that's
know
your
the spread.
finest one yet. I'm fucking floored by that.
I bet the game.
That's how I feel.
He had the Bucks -2.
Oh man.
Oh, so they pushed.
Oh my God.
That's terrible.
Oh my God. That's just wow. I think it was the correct call too, though, guys, because I mean, yeah, I agree with everything you said, Pauls. Do I think it changed the game? No, because like I said, I think he makes 2 or 3 and they lose anyway. But Drew Holiday's point was he wasn't even facing the basket when he threw that up, and I kind of feel him on that.
He
you
was
know?
facing the
he literally
stands.
wasn't. Like he was not attacking. He was not attempting to shoot that ball. Like, look, he knew the circumstance that he just threw the ball up. So it was the right call to me. I mean, let's stop with this pussy ass basketball. I like the '90s
talk.
basketball.
I know, but
you know
if
what I
you're
mean?
gonna call it consistently throughout the whole year, you gotta
That's
you
true.
gotta be
That's
consistent
my
in the
problem.
playoffs.
And that's
my
true.
horny.
And look, there's a little
But I
tinge
agree
of
with you.
Celtics hate here, like me laughing it off. There's a little tinge of that. But, like, I do agree with you there. Like, you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
You know what else I actually dislike about the NBA? They always say, like, oh, it's the playoffs. It gets more physical. Like, I don't like that because the game should be reffed the same way for the first 82 that it is for over the next course for the playoffs. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, if it's physical, cool. If it's not physical, cool. But call it the same way. Like, just, like, they don't, in the NFL, they don't just, like, let pass interference plays go because it's the playoffs.
To a degree, it's true. But I have seen the NFL do some shit like that too before, where they will allow, some pass interferences not get called. as in the regular season, it would be called all day.
It's stupid to me.
I agree with you. I think it's dumb too. I think it should be ref throughout the entire
The same way
throughout
Agreed.
the entire
Like,
season.
These are the rules of the game.
But I think what happens is a lot of like competitiveness comes out in the playoffs.
Yeah, of
you know what I
course.
mean? Like you're fucking with grown adults that are like masculine as fuck playing a sport. You know what I mean? Like their juices are going to be flowing. So like I think they tend to lean to be a little bit more lenient on the calls because of that reason. Like I feel like you have to take some account for that. Imagine being in the fucking finals. You're going to be fucking fired up, bro.
Hell yeah, it's an adrenaline rush.
Absolutely.
Like crazy.
Exactly. Not only the atmosphere, but the moment, just like you being there, like you growing up as a kid to get to that moment, it's fucking, you're going to be fired up.
Yeah,
So
I know.
like, I feel like they do take account for that. And I think, which is kind of fair, but they should do that the entire regular season.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So
I agree too.
Totally agree.
So, guys, for the audience that may not have been there in the beginning or people just joining us, who did you pick to win tonight's game? I said Bucks, and
I had the Celtics.
Nick had Celtics.
I had the Bucks.
Pauls had Bucks. So, guys, according to that, okay, so that would mean Pauls and I have the Bucks going up 3-1 here. And then, Nick, that would even it up for you. So how do we think this is going to finish off? And I'll tell you what I think is going to happen here. Okay, I'll start us off here. I think the Bucks win tonight, and they're up by 4 right now as we speak. Second half has just begun under play. Okay, so I think the Bucks are going to win this one at home. And believe it or not, like you would think, okay, if they win this one, it's done. And I just threw shade the Celtics way like 2 minutes ago, and I definitely root for them to lose. I think, just out of respect for the Celtics team this year and the way they're playing and how good they've been, I actually think that they would win the next game. I don't think the Bucks would close out the next one. I think they go back to Boston in Game 5, and I think Boston gets a game there, and then it could get interesting. I still think Bucks in 6. I'm sticking with what I had, but I do think the Celtics will win another game in this series. I just don't think it's tonight. That's all it is. So at least I'm trying to tell you I respect the Celtics enough to say
You have to. The
anything
Celtics
could
are great.
happen here,
Anything
and
can
they
happen.
still could.
long as you don't try.
Listen, there you go. They still could win this series for real. I'm not ruling that out.
No, not
I'm
at
not
all.
saying it's a sure thing, but I am sticking with what I have. I think Bucks in 6. I think they win tonight, and the Celtics get one more, and they make it interesting because they're a tough team to beat.
Here's the thing: the Sixers series is done on Thursday, so I hope this goes 7
Me too.
because Embiid needs some rest. Which it's bullshit. They got like a week off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't understand how that happened. They got 4 or 5 days off between games.
Feels that way. They got the extra day of rest, and I mean, yeah, Embiid could have used that for sure.
I am a little worried about the Celtics right now since I picked them. When Al Horford's your highest scorer right now, this is third quarter, you're a deep shit. bro.
Tatum just passed him, but it's. I mean, look, yeah, Al Horford's.
Oh, he just passed him?
Seemingly, we're not watching the game, but Al Horford statistically
different.
looks like he's having the best game of the
Al
team tonight.
different.
Yeah. Where was this on the Sixers?
Don't
He's
can't
been
play-
playing all right with the
Yeah,
Celtics.
but, like, you can't play him and Embiid next to each other. It never made sense, you know?
I
Like,
know.
like,
But still,
he never was a bad pro. He just.
he looked really bad.
He
with
looked-
us,
yeah,
though, dude.
yeah.
He looked like he was way over the hill,
I don't know.
Nothing but facts there.
straight up. Like,
That was like for me. That's one of the worst signings the Sixers have ever had because it just like it was such a disaster. And I don't know if it was because Brett Brown didn't know how to utilize them.
Who would know how? That was just a
I
bad
guess
fit.
I
Yeah,
agree with
bad
that
fit. It
comment.
just didn't fit next to Embiid.
It was stupid, and you wasted a year of Embiid's career. So there's that. And now this is how we're closing out the show tonight. So 5-ish minutes, 10 maybe. All right, we're moving on to baseball. Philly Phil, give us some MLB. We don't get to do this enough, so we're gonna enjoy this one. The Philadelphia Phillies.
I'd rather not talk about them.
It's unfortunate that we have to, right? Because they're so fucking annoying. That's just what they are. Let me break it down for everybody because maybe the non-Philadelphia audience, like, look, we're TikTok people. We're based in the Philly area. We're Jersey people. Okay, so this is our team. We cover them a little bit extra. All right? But for the people that don't know what's going on here, the Philadelphia Phillies, they look like a train wreck for one. They lost 2 or 3 to the Mets. They're now 1-5 in May. They got swept 2 games by the Rangers. And they're 7 games back from the Mets. They're 4 games under 500. We're almost at mid-May, guys, okay? They had an okay, so that's bad enough, right? That's bad enough. That sounds pretty awful.
It's all
right. But it gets worse.
Oh, I know.
It gets worse. Because this was right after our
Wait,
podcast.
there's more.
Oh, it gets way worse. The collapse that we saw from the Phillies on Thursday night after our show, you guys went out to go pick up our food. We're like, yeah, the Phillies are about to pull this one out. You know, oh, it's getting a little interesting, but they'll be all right. They got a nice lead. They were up 7-1 in the 9th inning. I literally sent you guys out the door. I said, go get the food. We're good.
Yes, master.
You know?
Yep.
I didn't say it like that, but I'm not like that. Come on.
Yes, masters. Fucking great.
Yeah. Fuck off. Paint me in a negative light.
I apologize.
All right. I deserve that. Okay. All-time collapse Thursday night. They were up 7-1 in the 9th inning. Corey Knebel was lights out all year. The Philadelphia Phillies, oh man, I can't believe this. They wind up losing 8-7. And for historical perspective here, the Mets lost the previous 330 times that they were down by 6 runs in the 9th. 330! Wait, there's more! There's more.
You're going to overtake that
This
dude on the
segment
commercial.
might just be me ripping them. There's more. MLB teams went trailing by 6 runs in the 9th inning prior to this Mets win. They were 0-684.
That's fucking crazy.
This was history we saw.
It's
but
so
wait,
Philly.
there's more. There's more. One of the guys that passed it over. So the Mets, they had a couple of scoreless innings, 2 2/3 here. This is later in the game too. Adonis Medina, former Phillies top 10 prospect, who they could have used in that Sixto Sanchez deal that got them JT Realmuto. That's how high this guy was on the ladder. There were only like 2 or 3 guys there. Adonis Medina, former top prospect that we cut loose in the offseason. I said to you guys, oh, I don't like that. Do you remember this? I don't like that. 2 2/3 scoreless against us.
Regular. I'm not surprised, dude. It's Philly.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised either,
Thing is
bro.
fucking poison.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm not surprised. Like, we've been accustomed to seeing this over the last what? It feels like 10 years.
Every year with the Phillies.
Yeah. So like for me, it's just not even surprising. I mean, it's like damn. Like, did I really just watch that? But it's like regular.
Par
Like,
for the course.
We've seen it before. You know what I mean? Like once you see something so many times, you just become numb to it.
But here's the thing, guys.
People show you what they are. Believe it. Turn me the fuck up.
Here's the thing. Here's the angle, guys. Because this seems to happen a lot under Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi came here with a pristine resume, okay? Everybody wanted him. Not me. I wanted Gabe Kapler. I thought he deserved to keep the job. And you see what he's done since. The Giants are phenomenal. That's an aside, okay? Joe Girardi beat us in 2009 with the Yankees, and he had a great career there. And he's waiting in the wings. Top name, waiting to go to a top franchise. We scoop him up. We think, oh, all is well. We get Joe Girardi. This is great. He's going to get us on track.
Yep.
2 years in a row. It feels like everything that this team does is commonplace now. And this team is now, I mean, look where they are. They're in the cellar right now. They're in the cellar of the NL East. And if they keep falling apart, you can't catch up at a certain point. If you go this cold this early, it gets very difficult in baseball.
So
Even with the extra wild card. So what I'm getting at here, should Joe Girardi be fired? And if
No.
not, should he be on the hot seat?
No.
And if none of these things, at what point do you consider putting him on the hot seat / firing him?
All right, look.
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
It's early.
It's so early, but like at the same time, it's like, when do you do it? at the end of the season. You got to ride it out. You got all these free
you're
agents. You
giving
got
the
to
whole
see how
season.
far you can go.
I was going to say July.
You have
4th.
to.
I was going to say July.
Who else are you going to replace?
They're dead by July
Who are you
if
going
they're
to
playing
replace
like
them
this.
No, here's the thing. With them starting out so bad, the only place for them to go is up. The bats aren't going to. They're going to be fine. It's early as hell. There's 140 more games.
I get it. Trust me.
140.
And I'm the one who will tell you, I'm all about the splits. It's a long fucking season. I'm the analytics guy in the room. And Tom's not here. Tom can tell you, I'm going to preach that always.
He's at the gym.
It's a long, long season. But in this division, with this team, the complexion of the team, and they're right now supposedly a top 5 offense, this is what they're supposed to be. I wonder if this is their ceiling right now, because they're not hitting as well as they should be. They're still top 5. But this is what could happen if the pitching remains the way it is, the bullpen remains the way it is. This is how quickly you lose your footing. And I don't think they're going to wait. I mean, listen, if this continues on into June at this level and they're under 500, I don't think they wait.
Probably
Now, would
not,
I
'cause
do it?
The expectations are so high.
Would I do it? Probably not. Probably not, because, I mean, who's replacing him?
That's what I said.
Really? I mean, I guess
Who you gonna replace him with?
Dusty Wathan? And I'm not saying, I'm not,
I don't want
slighting
anybody
him.
named Dusty.
I think he was ready for a chance, but it was probably too soon, so they didn't go to him. Well respected in the Phillies clubhouse. He's I think he's still the third base coach right now. Whatever. He came from the minors, so I just don't think that they're going to wait around too long. Though I think if they're right now performing significantly under expectations, key phrase there, I don't think they wait. If this goes into June, I think that they move on.
Especially if, he's spending in the luxury tax. Like he spent Dombrowski. So, he's not, they're impatient.
Because, I mean, there's been some questionable things that he's done. It's not like obviously the team's got to perform better. The team is the biggest part of it. They have to perform better. But this guy's made some really questionable decisions for a guy that is a veteran manager in this league. And he's been awful. I mean, the bullpen's been terrible, but, he's been awful at managing that / pulling starters. He's been doing this.
You went over the luxury tax, but you didn't address the worst part of your fucking team, which is the bullpen. It's I don't understand it. Am I on another fucking planet? Well,
Yeah.
facts. But what I'm saying is am I crazy?
Yeah.
If you have a weak part of your team and you finally spend money in free agency, you would think that you would address that position, right? They didn't do that at all.
You're right, dude. I know.
So, I'm just not surprised by this.
They weren't awful all this year, though. That's the thing, is part of this, too, where Joe gets me pissed off is the lineup management, too, has not been good. Just the way first of all, I hated how he started the season jerking around Stott and Bohm. Stott's back up, by the way. Didi's on the DL. Or the IL, excuse me. But I think they both need to, listen, if Stott's going to be up, Stott needs to play every day. That's the first thing I'm going to say right now. Stott and Bohm need to play third and short. Sorry.
He's on the DL.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I don't have to
That's fine.
explain why they changed that, because it makes sense,
I say DL.
I'm just used to it. But still, they need to be playing every day. That's the first thing. The second thing is when guys are struggling like Rhys Hoskins right now, you need to move him down the lineup. He's now actually hurting the top of your lineup, where some guys are starting to heat up, and he can't hit for shit right now. He's 3 for the last 35.
I feel like that's kind of regular.
It's
a year or two.
Joe Girardi's lineup management has been piss poor too. And I'm stunned. I was always a fan of this guy. I swear to you.
When he got hired, I actually asked Eric. I'm like, "What do you think?" And he goes, "He overmanages."
Yeah, and asked
exactly what Eric said.
Ask him about my conversation with him. He and I both thought Kapler should have kept the job, but that's that. And I think to this point, I think Joe Girardi has been. I want to give him a C at best as a manager.
We'll see.
C for we'll see, because he don't got much time left if he's going to keep this going. And I'm just honestly telling you, there's too many expectations here. So whether or not we think they should do it, that's a whole different ballgame. But the seats getting a little warm. That's all I was trying to say here. So we got the pulse of the city here.
I agree. No, I'm with you.
It's been talked about.
But they can't fire him before June.
No.
Can't do that. That's a panic move, and that I think that'll make things worse.
That would be really bad.
So there it is, fellas. Perfect timing, 10 after. All right. There's the Philadelphia Phillies. Man, what a fucking shit show. They get me so angry. But thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to our new TikTok audience for joining us tonight. And that, my friends, was Psychotic and Iconic Sports Podcast, episode 79. And it was brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New players who sign up today using the promo code ICONIC receive 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, you know this by now, we are live every single show at the Props Network at propshq.com. Be sure to go over there and subscribe to our page. All of our stuff's linked up over there. All of our stuff's linked up on our social. Last but not least, important show news for this week, okay? And you can anticipate some changes for the next couple of weeks because we have some wild shit going on with our schedule. So, but for this week, our next show is not Thursday. We are moving it to Wednesday at 8 p.m. Works out kind of well. Sixers play Tuesday and Thursday. We're good. All right, but it works out well. Thursday. That's not even the reason we're changing it. Literally, we're going to be missing half our guys. It's not possible. Okay? So Thursday, we won't be here. See you Wednesday at 8 p.m. Nick Theories, take it away.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on propshq.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and we will see you guys next time at P&I. Wednesday. Fools.